Okay, so over here, quickly. Over here, we are looking at our first example. You will appear in most receipts. If you pay attention to receipts that you are that when your parents or you yourself buy things from Popular, you'll see this receipt. For example, this question is on page 69 of the textbook. Okay, so on page 69 of the textbook, you see Janice bought a bag at the shop. She had to pay 7% GST on the bag she bought. Now, in some countries, the GST might be a different number. In Singapore, for now, is 7. Soon, it will be a different number as well. One bag here, before you pay the actual amount, it costs $45. Now, that's before the GST is being charged. Then you have a 7% GST. On the receipt is indicated $3.15, $3.15. Okay. So the actual amount that Janice has to pay in all is that $3.15 GST plus the original price of the bag, that's $45. Together is $48.15. And does it make sense to you? Now, as you can see here, the calculation here is using that straightforward method of using 7% of 45, converting it into a fraction, 7 out of 100 times 45, and that's 350. Now, previously we have learned using different methods to calculate. Let me go back in later. Next page. Another example. Here. Oh, this is discount. Let's try the GST first. Okay, we start here on this side. Okay, so I am on page 85 of my workbook. I have my textbook at my side. And then my workbook at my side here. Stop share now. Yes. And okay. So previously we did percentage of a quantity. That was the last thing we did before we left for the holidays. And your P5 pen. So previously we were at percentage of a quantity. Right? And when we're doing percentage of a quantity, we look at the two different methods and we chose which method we are comfortable with doing. Okay? Right. And we tried a level 1 question on page 76. Regards to the maths test, 50 questions and 44 of them correct. Getting 44 questions correct. And then you calculate the percentage of the correct questions. And there were 3 methods. This one, or this, or this. This is based on the fraction multiplied by 100%. So the number of correct out of the total multiplied by 100% gives you 88%. Percentage of a quantity. And then now, on this method, changing that fraction to the base of 100. So you get 88%. Or using the idea of rate, if the full mark 100% is 50 questions, then what's 44? So there are three methods that we deal with. And we say there's a choice of preference. Now, moving on, it's important that you are able to know actually one or three of them. Conceptually, actually, they are the same thing. It's just different working methods. The quickest method is actually this one. And we will be using primarily this one to continue with the next few questions. Now, so, for example, if I jump us to just the GST side, this is page 85. Okay, over here. Page 85, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, so using just now's Genesis idea of the bag, here we look at, there are three different parts to this new unit: GST, discount, and annual interest. Let's look at GST first. Very helpful in this page is written down in very step-by-step method. It tells you, okay, this oven is $165. I have to calculate the amount of GST and then the total amount to be paid. When it says total amount to be paid, it means you include the 7% GST. So it should be amount of GST will be 7% of $165. That's what it means. So this is the original price before GST, before the tax. To find the amount of GST is 7% of the quantity of the price. I'll do it with the fraction method. $165 times 7. Okay. 42 plus 3 is 45. 5 times 7, 35. 6 times 7, 42. 42 plus 3, 45. 4 plus 7, 11. Okay. So I have 1,155, but I must don't forget the 2 decimal points. So the amount of GST will be $11.55. So the total amount to be paid will be the original price $165 plus the GST to be paid $11.55. Okay. Okay. So you see, the total amount to be paid to buy the oven, to buy the oven, I have the price before GST is $165 plus $11.55, that's the GST. Then I'll get the total amount that's supposed to pay is $106.55. Yeah. Is that okay? Okay, next one. So, done? Not done? Can you write neatly, please? 2 hands on the table, please. With the working completely, please. Okay, next one. With the notebook computer now. The original price before GST, 1,850. Amount of GST will be 7% of the price. That means 7% times $1,850. There will be 7 out of 100 times 1,850. Cancel the 0 here. 185 times 7. 8 times 7, 56. 56 plus 3, 59. 7. Okay. And that will be divided by 10. So I will have the decimal point here. So this notebook computer, I have to pay 7% GST. 7% of $1,850 will mean $129.50. Sorry. So the total amount to be paid will be $1,850 plus $129.50. Which will mean yeah, after you add up the GST amount, the amount of tax will be $1,979.50. Okay, we try the last one on your own. On page 85, the last question there. So this one is the original price before GST plus GST amount, give you the total amount to be paid. Can I understand? Is it okay? Now, the part, yes. But ultimately, you depend on during the exam time, you must look carefully. It may not be 7%. If they give you another country one, let's say another country, the goods and service tax is 40%. That would be, imagine how much it would be. Yes. Usually they will tell you. They will tell you clearly. Okay. So I think this year, they will still write 7%. It will be given in a question. So I think the biggest struggle here will be doing the calculations. So in other words, your percentage of the quantity calculations have to be very strong. Can you understand the river? You have to practice your basics well. How to find percentage and how to find percentage of quantity. Okay? Okay, yeah? Okay, if that's okay, let's try the last one. You can see okay, now, then here, so the sofa set, wow, quite expensive, 7% of 2,564. So 7 out of 100 times 2,564 times 7. So your 7 times table must be quite good, huh? Otherwise, it's really a challenge. Is it okay? Do you get this right? Yeah? Is it too small? Sorry, I got it here. Okay. So, yes. Why don't you go in? Oh, finish with this? Can you, do you think you are able to do GS questions on your own? Okay. Now once you understand how the concept of it, I think the struggle goes back to calculating percentage of quantity. Is the calculations that you struggle. Now, to revise that, we will work on some of the questions that requires us to find percentage and find percentage of a quantity. Let's go backwards a bit. Tomorrow we will go into discount and annual interest, and you will see that all the questions at the back appear. Okay. Sorry? Yeah, so would you prefer GST or you prefer discount? Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, so let's go backwards a bit. I'm going to go through some of the questions. By right, our homework was until page 80. So you should have already completed these questions all the way to page 80. I will do a bit of a revision on finding percentage and quantity based on these 2 pages. This is page 79. Okay, by the way, with that said, do you think you can try page 88 on your own? Oh, can you hold on for a while? Let me. Hello, hello. Hey, hi. Since we just learned GST today, GST is page 85. Can we try 88 on our own? Okay. Try to find out. Sorry, you need to try. There are 3 questions here. I help you with 3. You try 3 on your own. Okay. Find the amount of GST and the price of each item with the GST. Okay, that is the total amount. Now, so page 88 is homework. Is that okay? Okay, please write it down, take note of that. Page 88 is your homework. Right, going back to page 79, we are using the remaining time to revise on how to find percentage and percentage of quantity. I'm on page 79 now. On page 79, I'm revising on Aniston, come back quickly. Let me tell you again. I just told everyone about homework. Page 85 on GST, we just went through it together. Now, go home and try 88 on your own in GST. Okay? Right. I'm on page 79 now to revise on how to find percentage and then percentage of quantity. Now, on page 79, the gardens here is divided into 160 equal parts. Now, this is important. It tells you that this is a base of 160. This is the total. It is not 100. As represented in the grid below, what percentage of the garden is used of the garden? Of the garden means it's 160 parts used to plant each type of flower. Now you can get to use the calculator here. So I'll get my calculator out. Here says first one find lily. So the idea is already, I've got the total number of parts and amount wanted. Let me write it as need parts required or parts needed times 100% will give me the answer. Okay, so right now I'm going to use just solely this method to find percentage. Previously, we have already learned a few different methods, including conversion of the fraction to denominator 100. Okay, I'm going to go to the shortcut method here. And it's important you practice this until you're quite smooth with this. These questions like this are worth 1 mark. And you should try to get that 1 mark. Okay? Because information given to you, no information that you need to search for. Okay? So, Lily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of a total of 160 times 100%. So 13 out of, I can just use divide because it is division here times 100. Okay. Okay, so 8.125%. Okay, I can do a cancellation as well. So I can do 13 out of 16 times 10. Okay, should give me the same answer, 8.125. Don't forget the percent. Hey, I have just a few minutes left with you. Anyway, the homework was until page 80. I can see that your page 78 is not completed. Next one, orchid. So out of a total of 160, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, also 13. So it's also 8.125%. Okay, okay, carry on. Rows out of 160, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. So I can cancel, or I can just do it here on my calculator. 20 out of 160 multiplied by 100%. 12.25. 12.5. Sorry. Don't forget to write in the percent symbol. And then for sunflower, okay? Can understand? So this is 5% of a percentage of a quantity, changing a quantity to a percentage. Now, I decided to get us to remember and revise this method rather than go to conversion of the denominator to 100 every time. That will be quite a tedious process. Okay, if you can practice and remember this well, you'll be able to score the marks for questions like that fast. Okay, can you do the last one on your own? Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at one question on page 81 for a level 2 problem. A level 2 problem on page 81 here. The last question I'm going to go through. Why did I choose this question? Because of the term difference again. Since we start the game with difference, we end the game with difference. Yeah, we start the same way. Okay. So today we did a few things. We finished with the test paper. We did GST, and now we work with one question on percentage. Okay, in the race, writing down my race, Cindy completed 70% of the distance and Janice completed 65% of the distance. What was the difference between the distance ran by Cindy and Janice? Give your answer in meters. So in the units that's written, you got the units is meters. Oh yes, this reminds me. Still many of you in your test paper are getting units problem. I remember when I was marking your grade worksheet, Aria as well is one of them. You wrote M as units for minutes. That is not correct. Okay? M is meters, it's not minutes. Minutes is MIN for the short form. Okay? All right, so you will see a question like this involves a few things already. And now at primary 5, you have to apply knowledge from the different chapters. Starting with since my answer is required in meters, I will do my conversion immediately to right at the start. Since that's what is required, and I think it will help me in my calculations for percentage. In this case, I have CT and I have Janice. But not all, you are supposed to find the difference between them. That's the question. Starting with city. For city, of the distance means of the 5,000 meters. She completed 70% of 5,000 meters. Practicing the percentage of a quantity, 70%, 70 out of 100 times 5,000. That's for city. I can cancel the zeros. So 70 times 50, that will be 3,500 meters for city. For Janice, she did 65% of the distance. The distance is 5,000 meters. You're not supposed to use the calculator for this question, but fortunately you wouldn't need as well, because the numbers are quite friendly. So for Janice is 3,250 meters. Not done. Last step. Last step is difference between them. So the difference between them will be City is more than Janice, so I have City minus Janice completed distance. There will be 3,500 subtract 3,250. I will get the answer 250 meters. Okay, just one question for revising percentage of a quantity, level 2 problem. Your homework is just page 88, and if you haven't finished, up to page 80. Okay? No, because page 87 I have not talked about it yet. Okay, we will deal with discount and annual interest tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Hold on.